learned that I have an agricultural background. My parents have a middle-sized farm in the province of Styria, where also the head office of the Bauer Group is located. The farms in Austria have a typical size between 20 and 100 hectares. And on the farm at my parents' home, we are growing potato, corn, pumpkins, and we have some forest. It's usually a mix of different crops, some forest and also grassland. Here you can see the head office of our group where I am also currently. Because of some travel restrictions, I cannot stay in Singapore at the moment. This is the head office of the Bauer Group in Volzberg, located in the province of Styria. You can see on all our roofs we have the solar panels, meaning we are producing all the electricity for our production, not only in the head office in Volzberg, also in our factories in Germany by solar energy, and we are electricity self-sufficient. That's according to our slogan for a green world, very important for us. Now I would like to give you some insights of our factory. As I said, Bauer is a very old company, 90 years. Nevertheless, we have a very modern approach to the market. We want to always know what is required on the market. Research and development is very important for us. Here you can see the production of the PE pipe of the hose travelers, the very famous Bauer Rain Stars. That's an insight to our Bauer Academy, where we are also having our presentation today for the Corn Congress. The steel pipe production is very important for Bauer. This was actually the beginning of the Bauer Group to produce steel pipes, couplings and fittings. We have very modern production equipment machinery, as you can see here. And the training in our factory is important. We always invite dealers and customers to our factory to learn how to maintain, how to install and set up our equipment. Yeah, that was a short insight. Next slide, you can see where we are putting our solutions, our applications on the farms. Bauer is very famous for wastewater treatment on the one side, wastewater treatment for any kind of livestock farm, dairy farms, pig farms, chicken farms. The heart of the wastewater treatment is always the separator, where we do a solid liquid separation. The liquid will go either to a biogas plant, or the liquid can be irrigated with irrigation equipment, the Rain Star hose traveler, or also the pivot or the Line Star. And the solid or the liquid can be distributed with our tankers. We have a lot of different types of slurry tankers with very modern distribution systems. For example, poly tankers, steel tankers, and nowadays it's important to have a very state-of-the-art distribution system on the tanker. In Europe, there's already the law that no slurry can be spread out freely to the air with a gun, for example. We have to distribute the slurry on top of the soil, or even incorporate it into the soil. Yeah, that's where we are the experts: wastewater treatment and irrigation equipment, pressurized irrigation equipment. When we look at the categories of irrigation, non-pressurized irrigation, unfortunately, is still done a lot. The big disadvantage here is that more than 50% of the water cannot be used by the plant, and therefore this water is gone and cannot be used. The pressurized irrigation, where we are involved, can be categorized in sprinkler irrigation, pivot systems, and hose reel travelers. We are offering all these systems to our customers, to farmers, and we always try to reach a very high efficiency. With a pivot system, we can reach an efficiency of up to 95%. With hose reel travelers, we are reaching 85% efficiency, which is very high compared to flood irrigation or other types of irrigation, which are still done widely. And we all know the water is getting less. Therefore, to look at efficient irrigation systems is really very, very important for all the farmers, not only the Philippines, all over the world. When we are designing an irrigation system, we always take all the different aspects into account. What kind of crop are you growing? In your case, it's corn, it's maize. The corn needs a crop water requirement of 500 to 800 millimeters or liters per square meter. Then we are looking into the soil type. What kind of soil type? Can the soil save some water, or is it more a sandy type of soil where the water will be running off quite fast? Taking all this into account, we are designing the irrigation system in that way that you will be able to irrigate your corn in the driest and hottest time of the year. That's the most important and the most critical thing. Because if you are not able to irrigate during that time exactly the amount of water which you need to irrigate, which the crop needs, the crop will get a stress and the yield will be reduced at the end of the growing season. The big advantage of our group, of our company, is that we offer different kind of irrigation equipment to match different shapes of fields and field sizes. For a quadratic field, a pivot would be a very good choice. Quadratic field of 20 hectares or more, a pivot is a very good choice. For a more rectangle field, we would recommend a line star, and the very flexible machine from our product range is the hose traveler, the rain star. This can be fit to fields from 1 hectare or less than 1 hectare up to 30 hectares, can be irrigated with such kind of machine with a rain star. Here you see how the rain star looks like. The left picture is a big rain star. It's a rain star E machine. On the right side, you see a pivot, which is fixed installed on the field and turning around like a watch 24 hours a day. I would like to show you a short movie now showing these machines on the field, some already on corn. This is a big pivot installed in Hungary. The customer there is growing different kind of crops in a rotation. The pivot can have up to 14 spans. On the last span can also be a corner arm. With the corner arm, the farmer is able to irrigate also the corner of a rectangle field. The Smart Touch control unit is the favorite control unit on such a pivot or also a line star machine. Every 2.9 meters, there is a nozzle outlet, and the pivot is able to work 24 hours a day and irrigate from an amount of 6 liters per square meters up to 45, 50 liters per square meters, also depending on the soil type, how much water the soil on your field can take. We have been involved in designing and installing pivots for more than 40 years. Long time experience. Nowadays, the control units and connecting to the internet with our so-called smart rain application are the latest developments. Here you can see the rain star. The rain star is a flexible mobile machine. You take it out when you need to irrigate on your field. The rain star irrigation gun cart will be taken out depending on the length of the hose. The hose length can be up to 700 meters. The strip width which you irrigate will be from 70 to 100 meters with the big machine. With smaller machines, 30 to 50 meters. Yeah, this was a video. Next, I would like to hand over to my colleague who will present the rain star, so you also see the different sizes of the machine directly in our showroom here in Styria in Pforzberg.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank.
Yeah, you continue, please.
We are
Okay,
continue,
thank you,
yes.
Klaus. Welcome here to our guests in the Philippines. We are now in the Power Academy Training Center, and I quickly want to show you our Rainstar units. Here you can see a model from the A series. This is our smallest series. It's suitable to irrigate around 5 hectares of agricultural fields. All of our machines are driven with a full flow turbine and gearbox combination. The power transmission is done with a chain system, and also every machine is completely hot dip galvanized. So the drum, the undercarriage, and also the cartwheel is completely hot dip galvanized. The cartwheel also has an automatic lifting and loading system. After the machine is finished, the pump will shut off. We distinguish the sizes of our machines with the length and the diameter of the hoses. This A machine has a diameter of 60 and a length of 150 meters. And here behind me, you can see 2 models of the T series, which is our middle series, and 1 model of the E series, which is the biggest one. And the hose of the E series can go up to 700 meters and 140 millimeter diameter. Also, as you can see, the bigger models are offered with a lot more options and accessories. For example, hydraulic options for the machine supports, the jack and the swivel. Also, we offer here automatic shut-off valves for over and under pressure, whatever is needed. The machines come with solar panels to charge the batteries of the machine. And we have different ways to operate the machine with our irrigation computers. And Klaus will tell you this more in detail.
Yes, thank you, Philip. I'm back now with my presentation and continue with control units. Just a moment. Yes, you have already seen in the video that the pivot and the line star is equipped with a smart touch control unit. The smart touch control unit can be used on a pivot and on a line star. It has a touch screen, and you can put in the irrigation amount which you need to irrigate on your field in each sector, and start and stop the machine from the control panel. There is a switch for manual operation and also a safety switch. A very new development from Bauer Group is the VRI. The VRI is available for pivots. With VRI, you will be able to control each nozzle individually. This means that you can exactly put the amount of water which you need on each spot on your field. That has the big advantage to be even more water efficient, and you can leave out, for example, roads which go across the field, and these parts of the field which you don't need to irrigate can be easily stopped with VRI. It's a very good new development available, and for example, in New Zealand, we have already a lot of installations of pivots with VRI, variable rate irrigation. That's the EcoStar 6000 irrigation computer for the Rainstar. The EcoStar 6000 is also a touch screen. With the EcoStar 6000, you can control the Rainstar T and E machine. For a Rainstar, it's important also to put in the precipitation rate. How much water do you want to irrigate on your corn field, depending on the growing stage of the corn, and also depending on the evaporation, heat, how hot is it, and taking all this into account, you will set the perfect precipitation rate with the EcoStar 6000. Smart agriculture is a topic which we have been starting working on almost 20 years ago. For smart agriculture, Bauer is providing a smart rain app, the so-called smart rain app. The smart rain is available for all our irrigation equipment, for the RainStar and the pivots or line stars. With the smart rain, it's very easy to control each machine. You can change the amount of water which you want to irrigate. In addition to that, you get reports how much water you have been using on each field. This is requested by the water authorities in many countries, maybe also in the Philippines. We will find out about that. And the smart rain allows you to control a pivot, for example, totally remotely. You don't need to go to the machine anymore. You just control it out of your living room or from your car or from your office, wherever you like. For the RainStar, with the smart rain app, it's the big advantage that you can do a team management. So you can see if you have 4 or 5 or more RainStars in operation, you can perfectly monitor and watch your team. How fast are they changing the machine from one field to the next field, and also get the reports how much water has been using, how many hours the RainStar has been running each day. That's an example how the smart rain app looks like. If you have different RainStars irrigators running on different fields, then you will always get the current status of the machine. Is it running? Is it not running? How many hours? And so on. Yeah, the Bauer Smart Rain is now on the market since almost 8 years. And it's a software which can be added to each RainStar T and E machine and to each pivot or line star machine of Bauer. I would like to talk a little bit about the feasibility of an irrigation project. An irrigation project, if there is no irrigation done until now, is always very feasible, because usually with irrigation, you can reach a 30% increase of yields for corn, for any other crop you are growing. This increase of yields means a higher turnover for you, and payback of the irrigation equipment can be done usually already after 4 to 5 years, sometimes even faster. And besides the higher yield, also the quality of the crop plays an important role, because if you irrigate exactly the amount the corn is needed in each growing stage, you will have the best quality you can reach with your seed. And that's a very important aspect besides the higher yield you can reach with a permanent irrigation of the corn. And if you irrigate in an efficient way with our experience, which we are providing from Bauer, very long-lasting machines, you will be fit for the future. Soft loan is a possibility from Austrian government, European Union, to provide to the Philippines. And we have been approaching the Ministry of Agriculture of your country, of the Philippines, and a soft loan project is a project where irrigation equipment of Bauer can be installed on many different farms, can be even used between different farms to share irrigation equipment. And this irrigation equipment will make sure that you grow more corn, that your income situation will be better. And this is an approach which the Austrian embassy in Manila, together with our dealer Grainsco, which we are pushing forward. And it would be great if you can help us to talk to your authorities to push such a project, because I believe that the irrigation equipment will be very critical in the future. The weather is changing, the dry seasons are getting longer, and therefore irrigation will be a crucial part on every farm. And such a project, for example, can have a volume of 10 million euros. The first installment can be done after 10 years. This means that you can operate the equipment, and after a long time starting payback the loan, and it's zero interest rate. So it's really a soft loan, which means a very easy to cover loan with the help of the Austrian government, European Union, for the Philippines, for the corn farmers in the Philippines. That's an example of such a soft loan project which we did in Laos. The Lao government decided to purchase a lot of sets of irrigation equipment for corn growers, other crop growers, vegetable growers, and also government-owned farms. Put this irrigation equipment on the fields there. In part of such a soft loan project can also be a quite big local share. Within the local share, with the money from Austrian government, you can build dams, you can build water pipelines, pump stations, electricity connections, deep wells. All is possible, and the amount of such a project can reach 10 million euros. Here you can see our guy, technical guy from Austria, training the Lao farmer on the Power Rainstar T machine. Yeah, that was an overview of Power. Some information about how important it is to irrigate. And we have already some references in the Philippines on sugarcane and other crops. Grainsco, our dealer in the Philippines, Joel Chan, will install the first Rainstar machines in Isabela on corn in the very near future. And we will be very happy to serve the Philippine corn society, the corn farmers, with our experience, with our high quality irrigation equipment. And I would like to say thank you very much for your attention, for listening today. And I will be also very happy to stay in touch with you and exchange information. Have a great remaining corn congress. Take good care, and all the best from Austria. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very smart. Very smart
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope we could have something for the small farm sizes.
Thank you, Klaus. Can you
You're
hear me,
welcome.
Klaus?
Yes?
Hi, Klaus. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. How are you there? It's been a while.
Very good. Thank you. We have snow. Today the winter started in Austria. We have quite heavy snowfall.
Yeah, that's why I was saying in the morning that we are going to welcome our participants from other countries like Austria and Singapore and
Yes.
other participants in other countries. By the way, Klaus, so we are discussing seriously the soap loans from for our country. If you remember, we already have set a meeting with you and together with the DA people, and we are just getting in touch with the different municipalities or province that will be able to connect with us on the soap loans coming from your country. So I am holding with me the plaque that is supposed to be given to you, but probably I'm going to apply there myself and give it to you. No, so you just give me a plane fare so that I will be able to see you.
That would be very great. I wish we can meet as soon as possible, Mr. Navarro. Thank you.
Yeah.